Okay, hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube live. If you can hear me, please comment and then we can get started. Please comment I'm just checking the audio and then we can get started. This is Paper 2 Revision for GCSE English Language, Paper 2, which is taking place this Thursday. If you can hear me, do comment. Are you able to hear me clearly? Okay, right, perfect. So, thank you for joining. So we were on TikTok live. So we're just waiting for more students to join. So we'll give it like 5 minutes or so, and then we can get started. In the meantime, how is your preparation going for English language? What have you been revising for Paper 2 during the half-term holidays? Let me know in the chat. Hi everyone, thank you for joining my YouTube live. Let me know in the comment section, how is your revision going for English? And how are you feeling in preparation for your Paper 2, which is literally 3 days away? What's everyone's thoughts? Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling confident? Do you feel like you've done enough? Hello, please would you provide generic expressions with the ambitious vocabulary, please? Yep, that's fine, Sarah. I'm just waiting for some other people to join, and then we will get started. Okay, anyone else on this YouTube live? Let me know what you'd like me to cover, and what are some of your worries for English language Paper 2? Is there anything specific? Is it your timing? Is it reading the question incorrectly? And then we can get started and we can talk about it in further detail. So what we'll do is we'll get started. So leave a thumbs up if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me clearly. Unfortunately, YouTube Live is not as good as TikTok Live, okay? But do make sure you follow us on YouTube and on TikTok, and then we'll get started. Okay, please would you tell us which section we should start with? Yeah, that's a great question, Sarah. I mean, look, the truth is it doesn't matter. If you want to start off with, if you do want to start off with section A, then that's fine. If you want to start off with section B, that's also fine. So what I would say, if you can take a screenshot of this. This is my, hang on, let me just do it like this. This is my template that you can follow for Paper 2, Section B. That's for all examples, by the way. So do take a screenshot. This is your template, okay? So I did go over this on TikTok, and a lot of students did really benefit from it. So just take a screenshot, and you can literally use this in preparation for your Paper 2, Sarah, which is taking place on Thursday. I'll explain it as well very briefly, and we can talk about it as well. But like I said, we'll wait a couple more minutes before we start, and then we'll talk about it as well in further detail. So I was on TikTok Live just before this YouTube, but yeah. Hola, amigos. Oh, hello, Jawad. How are you doing? How's your preparation going for your exams, and how did your Paper 1 go? Also, can you please share the YouTube Live with your friends? The more people we have, the longer we can go on for on YouTube Live. So please kindly share the YouTube Live with your friends, and if you can tell everyone else to join, that'd be amazing. Okay, so we'll give it some time, 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. In the meantime, if you have any generic question and answer about the exams or anything, feel free to ask. Good, sir. All went well. That's excellent to hear. Well done. How are you, sir? Yeah, I'm doing amazing. So thank you for asking. It's been really busy, as you can imagine. Half-term holidays, lots of classes, etc. Do you have an idea of how many marks you got? To those of you who sat paper 1, do you have an idea how many marks you got out of 80? Maybe 40, maybe 50, 45, 55, 60, 65, 70, or even 70 and above. I'd say roughly 53. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. That, depending on the grade boundaries, that could be a grade 6 quite easily, possibly a grade 7. Okay. How did everyone else find their English exams? Do you feel like for paper 1 you've done enough? If you were to guess what mark you got, what do you think you all got out of 80 for paper 1? Let me know in the comments. And how are you feeling in preparation for English language paper 2? Do you think it will be more challenging? Do you think the exam board are going to give you a more... Do you think they're going to give you a more challenging paper? I am doing Edexcel, and there are 9 questions, and I noticed during my preparation that I spent a lot of time in analysing and evaluation and no time for comparing questions. So do you think is it useful? Yeah, definitely. I would say my top tip right now is to focus on the section B, your writing task, because ultimately that's what defines and determines if you're going to do well. Okay, I don't know how it went. Okay, that's fine. But even if you feel like you didn't do too well, you've got paper 2 to rescue your grades. I homeschool my son. He is on track to do maths and science GCSE in year 8 and on target for level 8. However, he doesn't find English very good. Do you think it's possible to skip Key Stage 3 and prep Key Stage 4? That's a great question, Mohammed. I would say no, because in English you need to have a strong foundation, because Key Stage 4 is a continuation from Key Stage 3. So if you were to skip Key Stage 3 content and just jump to Key Stage 4, there will be gaps in his knowledge. And if you are interested, I am an English teacher, so if you want classes, etc., feel free to contact me. You can visit our website, www.easyeducationlondon.com, or you can send me an email, easyeducationlondon@gmail.com, and then we can discuss our online classes. Is it useful to start with section B and then question 7, part A and part B, and then analyze and evaluate? Well, I mean, look, that's a great question. I would say personally, you'd start off with section B, because there's a lot to talk about and there's a lot of marks. Okay, now ultimately it's up to you what order you go in. Okay, so it's up to you which order you want to go in. So if you go with section B first, that's fine, and then 7A, then 7B, then that's fine as well. Or you can go section B first to start off with, and then you go to section A and start off with question 1. Okay, and then you can build your way up from question 1 to question 2, etc. Sarah, that way you have an understanding of the text, the extract. You've looked at the key quotes, the language, the structure, XYZ, and then you can use that for 7A and 7 part B, because some of the points you make in the previous questions could be relevant. I intend for my son to do English language but not literature, as he's more natural in science and maths. Okay, that's fine. Now, what I would say is you want to start early, to prepare him for English language. Will you be uploading this video? Yes, it's already uploaded, so I'm just going over a live Q&A and showing you how to use this template. And I'll discuss it in further detail. Hello, Adil. Hi. How are you? You okay? Anyways, so what I'm going to do, also, by the way, do follow us on TikTok. I was live on TikTok. And the night before the exam, we'll be going on live TikTok. We did it for paper 1. It was absolutely amazing. We had over 200 people tuning in, which was really good. had lots of amazing questions, and we went through model answers as well. Now, this here is a template that you all can use. Okay. Now, if you want to know how to use it, watch the full video, because these are generic phrases that you can use and memorize in preparation for your English exams for Thursday. Now, is there anyone on this TikTok live, anyone who I teach personally? Let me know in the chat, because there's a few things I did want to say. Any of my own students, let me know on the chat so I know, so that you're all prepared, because I'll be checking some of your answers, and I want you to pre-plan your question. Okay, what I mean by this is you want to memorize these generic phrases before you go into the exam. That way you guarantee yourself marks. Okay, you guarantee yourself to get easy marks for this question. Any of my students? No? Okay, that's fine. But regardless, okay, to my subscribers, thank you very much for joining. I appreciate it. What you can do is please kindly take a screenshot of this. This is a generic template for paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. So each paragraph you're using language devices. So for example, in paragraph 1, you're using a rhetorical question and hyperbole. Okay. Within that same paragraph, you're using 2 ambitious vocabulary. So we've got preposterous and pivotal. And then you'd also use punctuation, a variety of punctuation, at least a semicolon and a dash. So that would be paragraph 1. Paragraph 2, you address your point 1, use direct address and facts and figures, and use ambitious vocabulary, myriad and captivating, and a colon and an exclamation mark. So these are some things for you to consider. So do take a screenshot of this. To those of you watching this live now, you'll benefit because you're watching it earlier and you'll have more time to prepare. I know some people are going to join on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, the night before the exam, and then they're going to panic. So do make sure you take a screenshot. Same thing for paragraph 3, you're using emotive language, expert opinion. You'd use ambitious vocabulary, paramount and euphoric, and you'd use a dash and a question mark as well within paragraph 3. Paragraph 4, you use a 1-sentence paragraph. You get marks for structure, you get marks for shifting the focus. Paragraph 5, which is your point 4, your fourth point, as you can see, point 2, point 3, point 4. You counter the counter. So what this means, you consider the opposite point of view, the opposite argument, but you counter that and you tell us why that's wrong. So that's paragraph 5. And you want to use oxymoron and alliteration within that paragraph. And remember, every paragraph you write, you want to use ambitious vocabulary. Animosity and aloof would work here. And you'd use a hyphen and an exclamation mark. Okay, so that's paragraph number 5. And finally, paragraph number 6 is your conclusion. So here, you could use a cyclical structure. So that is basically when you say something which you've already said in the beginning, okay, as you can see, and you repeat it towards the end, okay, and you get marks for structure. So that is your template for success for English language paper 2. Now, I have gone over it in thorough detail on our latest video on YouTube, so do please kindly subscribe. Easy Education London. We are going to be going live on TikTok the night before the exams, Wednesday evening and also Tuesday evening, a full walkthrough. We're assuming we'll have lots of students joining, so do kindly join in. Have your pens and papers ready, because there'll be plenty of work to cover during that live. So that is it for our YouTube live. Just a quick recap, going over the template of how to pre-plan your answer. Screenshot this, save it, because you'll use it for any persuasive writing task. It's easy. As you can imagine, we are Easy Education London. We do want to make your education easy. Would you please upload this file so I can print it, please? What you can do is you can screenshot it and then email it to yourself, and you can, you can print it off like that, okay? Unfortunately, there's no way for me to upload it. I can only upload it for my own students who are on Google Classroom, okay? So I think the best approach right now is to just take a screenshot and then you can email it to yourself via your smartphone, and then you can print it out. Okay, so that's the first page. Let me know when you have all taken a screenshot. Leave a thumbs up. Thumbs up if you have taken a screenshot. Thumbs up if you have taken a screenshot, and then we'll move on. Has everyone taken a screenshot? Let me know in the comments, on the chat, and then we'll move on. Okay, I'm assuming everyone has taken a screenshot. That's fine. And the second page. Here you go. This is the second page. Okay. Okay. So if you will take a screenshot of that. So please take a screenshot of that, okay? And that's it. Right, so that is your template for success for paper 2 for English language. Thank you to those of you who tuned in. I'll be honest, it's random. This TikTok live was, YouTube live was unexpected. But do kindly follow us on YouTube. How did you find this YouTube live? I know it's quite short, but did you find it beneficial? Please do let me know in the comments. Is it the case that the AQA GCSE boundary for double science level 9 is about 70%, but typically 85% for English language? Does that indicate students find English language much easier? No, that's wrong. That's a misconception, because the grade boundaries are based on students' performance, overall performance. So just because it's 85% for English language and it's 70% for science, it doesn't mean English language is easier. That's wrong. It's based on the data, based on the students' performances, and they use the results to work out grade boundaries, okay? And every year, like I said, it goes up and down, it varies, okay? So you can't really say English language is easier than science, or science is easier than maths, okay? If anything, most students, well, not most students, many students, they do struggle with English language, okay? They do struggle, especially with this paper 2, which is fast approaching. So that's it for today's YouTube live. Thank you so much for attending. Enjoy the rest of your day. Is there any final questions before I conclude this YouTube live? Any final questions, feel free to ask me. I'm going to close this YouTube live literally in the next 2-3 minutes. The top 5% percentile normally get a level 9. Yeah, roughly. Yeah, you'd say around 5%. 5%, that's correct. Any other questions, students? If you are interested in our online classes, do consider joining. We have amazing teachers helping you prepare for your English, Maths and Science, GCSEs. We go over exam papers, model answers. You get to practice exam papers, get constructive feedback, and get access to our Google Classroom with hundreds of exam papers, hundreds of cheat sheets, hundreds of revision videos, and plenty more. So that is it. And it would seem the percentage to get in that is higher for English than science. No, that would be combined. So that top 5%, that would be combined. English, Maths, Science, etc. That's the average. So if we take the whole country, around 5% would get a grade 9. Okay, that could be for English, that could be for Maths, that could be for Science. So they do it as a combined sort of thing. Right, I think that's it for today's YouTube live. Thank you so much for attending. I do appreciate it. Do kindly follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Easy Education London. We will be going live on those platforms the night before the exam. Thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you very soon.